Hi guys, I have some real fun commission work to share with you. This is for Die Cutting Essentials magazine, issue 134. The colorway I was given is the one that you can see on my screen now, and I was to create 5 cards using all different die cuts, layering them up, creating some fun dimension on my cards with them. I was not using the die from the magazine, I was using my own dies to create these cards. So for my first one, I went with a 5 by 7 inch card and I created this fun scene with the bees and the flowers. How cute is that? So you can see how lovely these colors really work together. And the dies that I used to create this, just very quickly, for the bees, I went with this one from Marianne Designs, and it is real fun. All the parts come separately and you have to layer them all up. I did not use the flowers from this die set. For the flowers, I picked the elegant die set from Crafter's Companion. And then for the sentiment, I just picked a sentiment stamp set from Marianne Design, and this is the We Wish You a Very Happy Birthday. And I just added it in there, finished it off with some pearls, and you can see how some of the bees are on foam pads, some of them is sitting just on the flower, because the flower itself didn't need any foam pads. There's so much layer and dimension in there. This frame, however, is popped up on foam pads though, so it's a real nice way with all different ways of creating dimension on a card. I really love this. For the wings of the bees, can pick up on that sparkle, I use glossy accents, and then I just sprinkled a little bit of a glitter on it, and I also added glitter just on the stamen of those flowers. And this is the crystalline glitter, which I love because it's translucent and I use it all of the time. So this is card number 1. For card number 2 I created this woofie. This is a square 5 by 5 inch card. Just look at all that fun. I really love this card. So the die that I used is the Adorable Dog by Polka Doodles, and I've had this in my stash for a while now. I was sent this as one of the prizes for winning Card Maker of the Year in 2023. And to be honest, there's a cat version as well, which I originally wanted to use, but I checked on their website, and as recording this video now, we are at the very start of August, this is still available. I'm not sure, this magazine won't be issued until the October if it will be still available to purchase, but right now this one is still available. I couldn't find a cat one. So you can see all the parts which I've cut out, some of them multiple times, like the bone and the paw. And then this main die I've cut out several times. So I just cut everything out of white card, use Distress Oxide inks to add this color, and then I think I had 3 extra layers added behind the dog, just to again add some lovely dimension to the card. This feels so heavy and it is so lovely, and I love doing this to add dimension rather than foam pads, especially if you're posting cards. It will hold its shape, it is not going to squash down in the post, so I really think that's a good idea. And for the woofie, I use the stamps again from Polka Doodles, and it is this one in here, and the stamp set is called woofie. So yeah, so these two together, I think they created a really fun card. Okay, so for card number 3, I went with my circle card, and this one is just a very plain circle front card. The card base is just one circle folded in half. I've cut a smidge away to make sure that it will stand up nicely on your surface. Yeah, it does stand up nicely, I promise you. It's just the glass mat can be quite slidey sometimes to make them stand, but this is how it would look like. And this is so dimensional. So the flowers that I used, it's from Spellbinders, and this is the Vivid Blooms. Such a gorgeous die set. There's a lot of elements that you layer up to create all these fun flowers in here. And again, I've die cut all of these from white card and used my Distress Oxide inks to add these gorgeous vibrant colors to them. So all the flowers are popped up on foam pads. I hope you can pick up in there. So they are sitting on top of the acetate on foam pads, and there's another layer of foam, obviously, because of the shaker. And the back panel there is holographic card. So because it's all mirrory and it all reflects back all those shadows, and because there's 2 layers of foam, these really look like they are floating in there, and I just absolutely love this effect. It's such a fun way to add some really good dimension to your cards. So I only went with clear bake for the shaker elements in there, but then I added some clear AB rhinestones just all over, just to add a little bit of an extra interest. And the Wishing You a Blooming Day is from a stamp set I have in my stash from It's Just Paper, and it is this one here that I stamped, Katarina it, and again put it up on a little foam. And this finishes the card. I think there's so much going on in here, and it is so beautiful. It really is a fun card to create and a fun card to look at. I really love this one. That holographic card in the background just really makes it pop a lot more. So I really love this card too. So for card number 4, I created this real fun look at that squirrel. Again, lots of dimension, some with extra cardstock, and then added foam pads behind it. But this was a real fun, sturdy embellishment in itself, as I glued it together before adding it on foam pads to the card. This would make some real lovely ornament as well, I think, because there's so many layers of cardstocks behind it. And it's all heavyweight. So what I've done, I used 2 different die sets from Marianne's designs, and one of them is the squirrel and skunk, I think it was called. The number of it is COL 1500, and there's so many different parts to this. I didn't use all of them. You can make the squirrels in all different positions. So you can see there's different ones for the bodies, and then different ones for the arms, and depending on what position you want them in. So there's a lot that you can do with this die set, and it's so much fun. And the other die set is the umbrella one, which is again from Marianne's Designs, and this is COL 1520. This is so much fun to use. It also comes with the hearts and the raindrops that I used in the background in there. So as you can see, I created an heart-shaped card base, and I added a score line just vertically this time. Normally I would do horizontal and it stands up like an easel card, but today I just decided to do it this way. Use Distress Oxide inks to watercolor with. This time I did an ink blend. I did all watercoloring. And for the fluffy tail, I used Distress Spritz, I think it was the Seedless Scissors, to add that fun detail. It really creates the illusion of a fluffy tail. So I really loved doing that. So as I showed you, there's all different parts that this was put together from, and then for the main parts, is for the larger part of the tail, the body, the head, I added extra cardstock behind it to make it real nice and sturdy. I've cut the handle of the umbrella from holographic card, and I added a bit of a glitter to it, and all around the umbrella too. I just outlined it with the crystalline glitter, and also added some just to grind my squirrel down into a little puddle in there. I ink blended very gently just with salvage patina all around that arch, and I stamped I'm Here For You, and this is I'm Here For You from Colorado Craft Company, from the stamp set Flower Pot. Okay, and I think that sentiment went real nice with this one. So I added all the hearts and the raindrops. The raindrops were cut out of holographic card and colored in with an alcohol marker. And for the hearts, I used a pearlescent watercoloring from Cosmic Shimmer. I think it was real fun to add. I don't know if you can pick up on all that shimmer and shine that's going on, but it is really such a pretty and fun card. I popped the whole embellishment up on foam pads, but because I added so many layers behind this, and the squirrel itself already isn't so many layers, there's so much glue, so much dimension to it. It was so sturdy. It was like you could really use that as an ornament in itself. I think it was a real fun one to work with. So I really enjoyed doing this. Was actually my first idea that I wanted to make when I got this commission through my emails. I really loved working on this one. So for card number 5, which I think is my favorite of them all, I really love this. Yellow is my favorite color. I don't often craft with it. I don't think it's very easy color to work with, but I absolutely adore how this card turned out. Normally I would add just maybe small embellishments in yellow. Very rarely I would use it as a full background color. I just loved how this turned out. It's such a happy card. So the die sets that I used to create this one of them is the Olive Martinis from Spellbinders, and there's so much detail. I still have to pop these back in place together, but there's still so much detail in these. You can see the little cocktail stick. The lemon grind has actually all these different parts that then you layer up together. You can see, and the olives as well have the little dots to go behind the olive to add that different shade of color. There's 3 different parts to the drink itself, so there's so much going on. For the fruit I used the Tropical Flare, which I think is an addition die set to the cocktail glass. I'm not sure, I bought these in 2 different places. One of them was for Spellbinders sale not that long ago, and this one I think was on the Craft Stash sale, or the other way around, I'm not sure, but I think they are meant to work together. Well, to me they do anyway. So this is the thread that I used to add to my cocktail glass. I didn't use any of the other embellishments. I did plan to, but there was so much going on that I left the rest for some other day. So let me just walk you through a little bit. I cut the glass out of gold card, and I also added the gold mirror matte in the background and the sentiment, which I'll talk in a minute about. And the sentiment, to create my sentiment, I used a die set, which I don't have on my table now, but it is by Crafter's Companion. It's a 2-piece die set. So just let me walk you through a little bit this. I've cut the glass out of gold card, and I added gold on the mat in there as well. All the embellishments were cut out of colored card, but I also used distress oxide inks and just these small blending brushes just to add a bit of an extra dimension to all the different elements. You can see that. Used a bit of a glitter on the lemon grinds, on the flowers, and on the fruit in here as well. You can pick up on all that gorgeous sparkle. For the background I used an embossing folder from Chloe's Creative Cards, and this one is the Trellis 8x8 embossing folder. But I also added vellum just to tone down that color a little bit. Although I only ink blended on the edges, then I embossed, and then I just ink blended over the raised areas in the middle to give it a little bit of a glow, but it was still too much against that glass, so I felt like I needed to tone it down, so I added a piece of vellum in there. The sentiment die set is from Crafter's Companion. I don't have it in here now, or do I? Yeah, I do. It's actually this here, the Garden Party. I've had this in my stash for quite a while now. It's a 2-piece die set, which I love using. I love the font on this one, and the size of it is really good. And it perfectly fitted on the base of my card in there. And then I just finished off with some sequins, the Aura sequins from Spellbinders. How lovely is this card? I definitely think this one is my favorite because of all the yellow. It's just really, having said that, I absolutely adored working on all of these. I don't normally do all this layering with teeny tiny die cuts and all. I tend to set all these dies aside and say, come back to them at some point, and I just don't. So I really loved bringing these out. As I said, I've had these dies for quite a while in my stash now and just didn't get to use. Some of them I knew, but some of them were sitting in my stash for quite a while. Like, for example, this doggy one that I got as part of my winning prizes. So card number 5, card number 4, card number 3, card number 2, and card number 1. Do let me know which one is your favorite. I think they are all very, very cute, but my favorite one to work on was definitely that with the yellow background. I really hope you enjoyed little walkthrough today, and I hope to see you back soon. Until then, bye.